All right, welcome to the Stressed Accountant YouTube channel. My name is Dawn Goldberg. I have been a CPA for over 30 years, and yes, I am still standing. I have worked for Deloitte and Touche, I've worked for Ernst and Young, and I am a professional certified coach for accountants. I'm also the author of my new book, The Smarter Accountant, and I'm the creator of both the Smarter Accountant program and the Smarter Accountant time management program. Now, I decided to start this stressed accountant YouTube channel because let's face it, there are a lot of very stressed, overwhelmed, and burned out accountants in our industry. And I wanted to have a place to help all accountants, whether you're in public or private accounting, because what I share in the book, The Smarter Accountant, has changed everything for myself and for my coaching clients. I wanted a platform that would make it possible to help accountants learn what I've learned over the past 10 years. And everything I've learned has helped in every area of my life, not just my accounting career. And so the first topic that I'm going to discuss over the next few episodes is stress and overwhelm for accountants, because I think it's one of the biggest issues that we currently deal with. It is one of the most prevalent things in our industry and has led to the bigger issue of burnout. You just have to look around at how the great resignation has impacted the accounting industry. See, as accountants, we are tired of being on the verge of burnout, and who can blame us? So, for this episode, I'm going to address the question, if I'm so smart, why do I feel so stressed and overwhelmed, especially during deadlines? And so, in my book, I share the story of Mary. So, I'm going to share Mary's story with you here, and then I'm going to answer the question, if I'm so smart, why do I feel so stressed and overwhelmed, especially during deadlines? And so Mary was feeling completely overwhelmed with her accounting practice. She had left the mid sized public accounting firm that she had worked at for 10 years. And she was really looking forward to being her own boss. But the issue wasn't that Mary had difficulty getting clients, it was that she not only had too many clients, but she also didn't know how to say no. Her life was completely out of balance. When she was asked what her three most common daily feelings were, her response was, well, that's simple: stress, overwhelm, and doubt. And it didn't matter who asked. Her response was typically at least one of those three, and often a combination of them all. Mary especially felt those three emotions when deadlines were looming, like with tax season or quarterly financial requirements for some of her clients. You see, her levels of stress and overwhelm weren't just affecting her at work, they were also affecting other areas of her life as well. Now, Mary had gone out on her own in order to have less stress and to be able to spend more time with her two children. But unfortunately, she realized that she had more stress now than when she worked for her former firm. She even considered going back to the firm, but then she quickly remembered that she had felt those same three feelings when she worked there as well. Now, additionally, being a single mom and wanting to start dating again, she also recognized that her levels of stress and overwhelm were making her plans for the future difficult. And she carried those feelings around, stress, overwhelm, and doubt, like this heavy purse, not knowing what to do about them. And she spoke to other accountant solopreneurs who felt the same exact way, which ultimately led her to resign herself to the belief that, well, this must be how it's going to be. She didn't like it, but she also didn't believe that she had any other option. And many times throughout the years before she met me, she asked herself, if I'm so smart, why am I so stressed and overwhelmed? And so I share Mary's story in the book, and I share it here to see if you can relate. And if so, if you feel stressed and overwhelmed, you are definitely not alone. The issue is that no one is teaching accountants where stress and overwhelm actually come from. See, every accountant I speak to has a story about how stressed and overwhelmed they are, especially since the pandemic. It's as if we haven't been given a chance to catch our breath, and we just keep getting pummeled with wave after wave. until the point of feeling like we're drowning. And like most accountants, and maybe you, I blamed things like the profession, the IRS, I blamed the clients, the pandemic, and I blamed the dates on the calendar for how stressed and overwhelmed I felt. Now, again, I've had 30 plus years of tax season. So stress and overwhelm seem to be never ending. But thankfully, all that changed when I discovered and implemented the formula that I share in my book, and I'm going to share with you in upcoming episodes of this channel. And the best part is that I am not a special unicorn. I can and I will teach it to you so that you can dramatically reduce stress and overwhelm. And once I learned and applied the formula, I knew I needed to share it with other accountants. But the first step in answering the question, if I'm so smart, why am I so stressed and overwhelmed, is understanding how your brain works. Once you learn that, you'll see why the formula I teach is a game changer for accountants. So before you learn the formula, you need to learn how your accountant brain works. And you'll be surprised, it's actually quite simple. Your brain is the most important asset you have, but no one is teaching you how to manage it. What I tell my clients, it's like having the best piece of machinery on the planet and not having the instruction manual. So that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. I want you to check back next week when I explain how your accountant brain works and why it's important to understand, especially when it comes to stress and overwhelm. So if you are interested in dramatically reducing stress and overwhelm, and maybe even eliminating it like I have, you will want to schedule a 30-minute call with me to discuss what you're struggling with. And I can help you see exactly what's getting in the way and what you can do about it. The thing is, reducing stress and overwhelm is simple and it's doable. And I can show you how. So if you're interested in a 30-minute call with me, just go to thesmarteraccountant.com/calendar. You can also find found out more about me at thesmarteraccountant.com. So make sure that you check back next week for the next episode. I'll see you next week.